Oh, yes, that is the way you start this session with a lot of energy, folks. And I love this energy which you have offered this evening in this session. So, welcome everyone to the next session of the series where we are trying our level best to go from one step to the next step to the next step to the next step to the next step to become a great speaker and to have a great mindset as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So good to see everyone out here. And I'm so happy. Yesterday's session was so much powerful. It was well received by everyone. That post session, getting messages over Instagram of gratitude, saying thank you, it means a lot. Thank you so much for believing in. And I really hope that, not hope, I really believe that you would transform into a better person as you go ahead in your life. Now, this question, self confidence. I don't have confidence. I want to speak, but there's no confidence within me. Do we ever say these things to ourselves that I don't have that confidence in me? I am lacking in confidence. Back in our school days, even our teachers used to say, this child is good in terms of his marks and all, but he doesn't have the confidence. Yes. And the major concern is about the self confidence, that how much confident do we feel about ourselves? Folks, there are two kind of things which we need to understand in this session. The first is that how we value ourselves. How we value ourselves in terms of a self worth. Ask yourself, what is your self worth? Do you feel that you are worthy or not? I want every one of you to take in few seconds, breathe in some fresh air and exhale and write it down, that what are those 5 good reasons that you feel that you are worthy, that you are worthy enough of being here. You are worthy enough to be heard. You are worthy enough to exist on this planet. Tell me, give me those 5 reasons for which you feel that, yes, I am worthy. I have my self worth. Talk about that. Take a paper or maybe in the notes in the comment section, just write it down, that what are those 5 things which you feel that, yes, I am worthy enough. I am worthy of all these things. My self-worth. My self-worth is because of this, because of this, because of this, because of this, whatever. Talk about it and write it down, that why do I have my self-worth, or for what reasons do I have my self-worth? It's really important for you to ask. What happens is that when we have doubts on our self-worth, that leads to low self-esteem. There are 2 words. One is self-esteem, one concept is self-esteem, and the other is self-confidence. And we often confuse it, that I think both are same. Self-confidence and self-esteem, both are same. No. Self-confidence is about the belief in the abilities. I can do this. I know I have this belief in my skill set, my qualities, that I can do this. Whereas worth is about that, yes, I know what my worth is. I know what I'm made up of for, what I'm made up of. Do you get this? Slight difference between the 2 terms, self-worth and self-confidence. Now, why do we doubt ourselves? Why do we doubt ourselves? Why don't we have belief in ourselves? Why don't we have belief in our abilities? Think for a while. Think for a while, that why is it? Why is it that we don't believe in ourselves? There are a couple of reasons for that. Whenever you go and attempt to speak on stage, you have this feeling that, hey, what would I do? How would I speak? I am not feeling confident. Why? Because of the people around you. The people around you, the way they talk to you, the way they speak to you, the way they feel that, you're not worthy enough. You cannot do it. You're not that brave enough to speak up on stage. And you listen to those voices. Those voices are there in your mind and they stop you. They stop you. It's something, the kind of voices that you hear on an everyday basis that forms a pattern, and the pattern gets stronger and stronger and stronger as you listen more of those voices that you cannot do it. You're not fit to be. You are a girl, you cannot do this. You are a boy, you cannot do this. Or look at your face, you can't even like speak properly, or whatever. These are all external voices which lowers down your self-worth and your self-confidence. Clear so far? Now, the question is that how should we increase, how should we build our self-confidence so that when we go up on stage, we are super calm, super composed, and whatever we have to share, we can share it with that spark. What can we do? What can we do? The number one thing that you can do is just visualize. Folks, see, the problem with many of us is that we visualize failure. The number one thing which I get to hear from people around is that, hey, Devas, if I go on stage and if I speak, people will laugh at me. They would laugh at me. And as a result, I don't have the confidence. This is what happens, right? You think about the results that, hey, what would happen? Or the results which are negative. How about thinking about those positive things that, hey, just visualize for the moment that how would you feel when everyone claps for you? How would you feel when everyone is saying that, wow, what a great speaker? How would that feeling be that everyone says she is so good the way she speaks? Just try to visualize. We often visualize ourselves as if we are not worth anything. People will laugh at me. I would get stuck. It's okay. It's okay, right? So first of all is visualize success. Visualize that, yes, you are speaking powerfully. That's really important. Really, really important. The point is that when we think that I cannot speak properly or I would get stuck, you are strengthening those patterns in your mind, which would lead to a failure, Now, one thing was the kind of voices that you hear around, what people say about you, what people say around you. Those things are there, which often somewhere affects us. So what we can do, we can just surround ourselves, right, with people who kind of support us, who kind of boost our confidence that yes, you can do it. Yes, you can do it. It's important. This might be a false motivation, but it works. It really works. It can boost your morale, it can boost your confidence. That's the number one thing. Let's look at it, folks. If I ask you, do you feel confident that you would be able to eat food with your own hands? If you have to eat food with your own hands, can you do that? Yes. If I say that, do you feel confident that you can lift a glass of water to drink? Yes, you feel confident. But what if you have fractured your arm or there's an injury, your hand is not able to move? You would doubt. You would doubt that, oh, I think I cannot use my hand to even hold the glass. How would I even use it to drink water? Yes, right? Now, why is it happening? Why is it happening? Because somewhere down the line, right now, you are doubting the ability of this hand to hold the glass of water and help you drink it. Yes? Now, similarly, observe public speaking, something which you have not tried in your lifetime, something which you may have tried just once or twice, and that was such a disastrous moment that you just stepped back and said, no, 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 I cannot do it. What if you try, you fail, you try, you fail, you try, you fail, and eventually you're able to gut. You're able to gulp down the entire water. Do you get this, folks? That why is it important to try? People who have tried, people who have tried umpteen number of times, they do not feel afraid of failing. Think about it, right? Why do we have low self confidence? What if I fail and what will people say about me? We lose trust in our qualities, in our abilities, Just check it out. You have the ability to speak, yes or no? Ask yourself, can you speak or not? Ask yourself, do you have the ability to speak? Or forget about the ability, can you speak or not? Can you make some sounds or not? Yes, you can, right? Compare yourself with someone who can't even produce that sound. Think about it. Think about it, right? Think about that, how worthy you are of what you have been blessed with. Right now, all of us have this ability to speak. All of us have this ability to hear. Just think for a while, someone who is deaf and dumb. Think about the person. How difficult it would be for the person to communicate. He need not think about that, oh, how do I try my accent? How do I use new words? He just wants to communicate, convey his message. That's it. That is what he wants. And when we have this ability to speak, we don't consider it, oh, what's the big deal in this? Whenever you would compare yourself with someone who is superior to you, you would have this feeling that, hey, I don't stand anywhere. When I say this, I don't mean that you should not get inspired by those who speak better than you. You should look up to them. However, you should not have this feeling that I don't stand anywhere. That is where your list of what you are proud of, what you are feeling, that yes, I am worthy of all these things, that will count. That is count, right? What you say to yourself. The world around you says a lot of things, but what you say to yourself matters a lot. Think about it. I mean, building self-confidence, it is not a one-night stuff, folks. It is not a one-night stuff. People think that overnight something should happen and build the confidence. No, you will take some time. Given that time, I'm just requesting you. You may be aware of all these points that, hey, Devas, I know. However, this question, however, I'm not able to calm myself because your focus is more on the people around you, that what would they say? How would they respond? Think, think. What are we doing to ourselves? How do we respond to situations? Do we gather courage? Trust me, the first step would really tough. I've seen my students when they record videos. The first video, they go for a lot of retakes. Second video, again, a lot of retakes. Third, fourth, fifth, maybe for the first 10 videos, they'll take a lot of retakes. And after that, they get the courage. They get the applause. They get the appreciation. They get the feedback. And then they say, hey, I was my biggest enemy. Yes or no? Tell me. We think that the audience is your biggest enemy. No, the audience is your biggest fan. Can we say that? That my audience is my biggest fan. When the audience is your biggest fan, you would be excited that, hey, come on, let me rock the stage. It's just a narrative that you play in your head. But if you say that, oh, the audience is there just to rip me off, you would be scared. you would be scared. Can you change this narrative in your head? Yes, can do that. How many times, folks, I mean, in our school, we have not been taught public speaking. How would you learn it? For example, if someone asks me that, do you feel confident that you'd be able to survive on Mars? I'm like, no, I don't feel confident because I don't have the required ability, the training, the skill set to go there and survive or something. Like if someone says, "Hey Devas, do you know how to, or would you like to swim in the oceans? Maybe anywhere around." I'll be like, no, because I do not have the ability. Some people say, "Oh yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it." What is that? That is overconfidence. When a person is not aware of his abilities, but he promises of something big, that's overconfidence. So it's really important for you to understand what is it that I have in me. My true check of my qualities, my abilities. Really important, right? People around you would always be there to make judgments and all. That's fine. Let them do it. If you're more concerned about what they are saying, then certainly we will not be able to overcome that feeling of being judged, and we would not be able to focus on our message. It's simple, folks. Forget about public speaking. Just look around that whenever we feel confident of doing something because we have done that in the past. If supposedly I am traveling to some place, I use Google Maps, right? For example, because I am not confident of the path. Yes. But do you use Google Maps to go to your home from your office every single day? The path which you travel every single day. Maybe if you're studying in a college, do you refer Google Maps to go from the hostel to the mess? No, right? You would never use Google Maps because you have traveled that path umpteen number of times. But I remember that for the first time when I was traveling on a certain path, I was like, hey, this is pitch dark. How would I find my way? But now, even in dark, without a torchlight, you can go. Yes or no? Why? Do you see how the mental pattern is formed? When you travel a path again and again and again and again, the pattern is established that, okay, this is how you have to do it. Now, when I do so many sessions, I'm kind of okay with it. I was nervous like hell. I wasn't the same as you see me today. So, and I would be better. That is also a belief. How to build self-confidence or how important it is. I know that I would improve in the next few years, days, months. Every single day I would improve. Even I know this. And that is very important because that shows you're on the right track. Those who say, oh, I have achieved everything. No, you are doomed for failure because the world is changing at a very fast pace. So you have to go along with the pace. Do you get this? Right? So just how frequently you do something, how often you do something. You keep on doing it, you'll be like, yeah, now it's fine. I may have made a lot of grammatical mistakes. I still do. That's okay. What's wrong in that? Tell me. I mean, if supposedly you go on the stage and if you forget a line, so what? Is that a crime? As per law, is that a crime? That, hey, this person forgot his lines while addressing 1,000 people. Put him behind bars. He should be hanged. Is it a crime? No. And trust me, the secret is that even if you forget the lines, the audience does not know what the person is going to speak in the next line. He doesn't know, or the audience does not know. Only he knows it, that he has forgotten. Right now, although I haven't prepared anything in my head, I am just churning out my thoughts in the real time. And even if I go blank in the next few seconds, that's okay. That may be a strategic pause, that I was deliberately taking a pause. Maybe it's a strategy. Like right now, I took a pause. I'm just trying it out that whether you take this pause as if he would speak something. Maybe this time I deliberately took a pause. Yes, but maybe in your case, you forgot. Both look the same. Do you see this? The video did not get stuck. Only I got stuck deliberately. To make you realize that things can be planned. The audience does not know. Only you know what you are doing. Only you know what you are doing. Right? So it's completely okay. I think we are too critical. Trust me, folks, before we blame anyone else, knock inside and ask that who is the biggest enemy? The answer would be I. I am your biggest enemy. Not me, it's you. That you are your biggest enemy. Observe it. The kind of critical like comments that you say to yourself or you give to yourself, nobody else does that. Think about it, right? You're there in a session, right? You spoke for maybe half an hour, or maybe let's take this live session. I spoke for suppose 40 minutes or like 30 minutes. In those 30 minutes, the attendees or those who are watching me right now may be judging me. Hey, how is he speaking? He doesn't make any sense. I think he does make sense. Oh, this point was nice. Yeah, this is good. Fair enough. That is the comments. You are free to judge. No worries. Once the session is over, once you have moved to some other video or doing something else in your life, even I go and do something else. What is it that I can take back with me? I can be happy that yes, I was consistent. Yes, I again tried to help the fellow members. Yes, I tried to share something more powerful. Yes, I learned something from people. Yes. Or I am not doing good. I think I should stop doing it. There is no point continuing it, lot of energy, and even I get blank at times. There's no structure in my head. Why am I doing it? What is the fun of doing it? I think I should be better sleeping at this hour. I can take both the thoughts with me. Self-empowering thoughts or thoughts that limit you, that bring you down. Choice is yours, folks. That what kind of thoughts you take back home. So say this to yourself that I will not be my enemy. Stop criticizing yourself. Observe it, folks. I am not saying anything, just asking you that do you do it or not? Because I was doing it for a long time. I was critical. I cannot do this. I can't speak this. I am poor in grammar. I don't know sentence correction. I don't know how to articulate my thoughts. I don't know how to use my hands properly. Whatever. That is how I used to think. If I continue in the same way, would I be able to increase my self-worth, my self-confidence? No, right? Think. Who is criticizing whom? We always say it is because of the people. They laugh at me. They do this for me. That's fine. Ask yourself, what are you doing for yourself? Are you building yourself that, yes, I can do it. I'm great. I would give a great speech. Come what may. No. So what if I get stuck? So what? So what? I would try. So what? I would try. Can we do that? Instead of saying, what if, and what if, I say, so what? Can we change that? Yes or no, folks? Can we change what if to so what? So what? Does this ring a bell? Yes. So what? Tell me honestly, so what? Ask a question and just apply this suffix, so what? I would get stuck. So what? I would learn, I would improve, I would become better. Possible? Very much possible, folks. Very much possible. What if I get stuck? What if I forget the sentence? What if I don't get the right structure? What if everyone laughs at me? What if blah? What if blah? What if blah? So what if I get stuck? I would still continue. So what? I don't speak in proper English. I would learn that. If you are running away from learning, if you're running away from growth and all, then yes, you should have low confidence, definitely. You don't deserve to have confidence, being very blunt with you. But if you're someone who really wants to speak confidently, confidence has a lot of degrees, folks. Look at yourself. Look at various areas of your life. I was giving an example of driving a car in the last session. Today, you feel confident because you trust your abilities. There was a day where you were holding the steering like this. You sat straight, eyes big enough to look at everyone who was around. And as you change the gear, you're like, beep, beep. And now just keep one finger and like, hey, what a beautiful scenery. This is nice. And the music is going and you're like enjoying and wow, you enjoy the drive, yes. Because you trust your abilities. How? You tried, you practiced, you tried, you practiced. Yes or no? Yes or no? Change your thought process, folks. Change your thought. Visualize yourself as a champion speaker. Visualize yourself, yes, you can speak. The world is there to stop you. The world is there to limit you. But do you listen to them? Or do you listen to that voice which can change you? Choice is yours. Think about it. How many of you resonate with what I said this evening? Just type in, I love it. Or I love this. Okay, that's nice. Okay, and now we would take in some questions. I'm so happy that you love this. Start loving yourself, folks. Be more compassionate towards yourself. We love to criticize, right? Don't do that. Don't do that. The world will do that for you. You don't do that. You don't be critical. You just be on the path of being humble, being grounded, and seeking to learn. That's it. Seeking to learn. Important. All right then, folks, over to you. You can shoot questions and I will answer in the best of my capacities. And here we go. The first question for this evening. Let's take it up. You know what? The reason why I am emphasizing on this, before I go ahead, we miss a lot of opportunities. We miss a lot of opportunities because of lack of self-confidence. We don't trust our abilities. We don't trust that yes, I can do this. Okay, we have a question by Shubham that why our concentration go on negative thoughts more than the positive thoughts need your concern? Well, that is the way your mind works. It is more tempted to go for negative thoughts. If you look at it, right? How do you label something as negative? How do you label something as negative? If I look at growth, I talk about growth, right, in this session. Yes. I say that growth is like positive. Stagnancy is negative. Stagnancy is negative. Growth is positive. How do I define growth? Growth can be like a river which is flowing. It's flowing, it's flowing and flowing. It might end up in the ocean, but it is flowing. Right from the Himalayas to the ocean, it is flowing. That is the flow of the river. Look at a pond where the water is stagnant. It is like not moving, right? That is stagnant. There is no movement, there is no mobility. What is happening? The water in that pond, after a certain while, would start stinking. Yes, because it is not flowing. It is not flowing. Now, when we have to move, when we have to move from one path to the other path, look at the water. The water would make its path through the mountains, through the rivers, and all the like boulders, all pebbles, whatever comes its way, it just keeps on flowing, right? Whereas the water in the pond that remains stagnant, which starts stinking after a certain period of time. Anything which requires growth would require effort, would require movement. If a baby has to be born, it again requires a lot of effort, a lot of pain. Yes, for a child to finally arrive on this planet. Certainly, we are designed to remain in our comfort zone. That okay, this is my comfort zone, and I need not move a bit. I would remain stagnant. That becomes easy. That is easy for the mind than making an effort, because when you have to change, the change of environment, change of surroundings, and change requires adaptation. Change requires adaptation to the next level, right? We have change of seasons. It requires adaptation, right? I hope you get this, that why it is easy to fall in the trap of not doing things which would be growth oriented. Why it is easy to remain in that shell, because we do not want to change. That is comfort zone. Hope it makes sense. Okay. Sir, how reading improves our communication? Well, reading does improve your communication, because when you read, you are again forming patterns. When I read articles, when I read blogs, I frame patterns, I learn some new words. I just see that the way the author is trying to convey his idea around any subject, any topic. So it gives you new perspectives. So you should read. Are you married, Divas? Would that matter? Okay. How to ignore negative people? Okay. How to ignore negative people? I did talk about it in one of my sessions. Let me give you some different way of looking at how to ignore negative people. What happens, when you have mosquitoes in your home, when you have mosquitoes in your home, what do? You either place a net, a mesh, which doesn't allow them to come in contact with you, right? That's one way, that you don't spend time with them, right? You just try that they should not come in that inner circle. Or if they are in the proximity, you have those electric rackets which can kill them. I'm just building up randomly. I don't know whether it makes sense or not. So the point is that ignoring negative people, it is not as easy as killing mosquitoes with an electric racket. However, my only question is that Why do you even have to think about negative people? I mean, at times I wonder that I don't even get time to think about them. I'm like more concerned about my growth, my mission of helping people. That is a fuel for me. So I think that you don't have time, or you have a lot of time to think about those people. I mean, if you are so much indulged into your work, into your mission, into what you want from your life, you won't even think about those people. Yes. I mean, the goal is more important. Whoa. What do you say, folks? This is what I believe in, that when a person has a goal, he would not be bothered. I have seen this trait. When I see some of my relatives who have nothing to do in their life, then just talk about what people do around them, what they talk about. This is what they love to do. And I just observe that they do not have a goal in their life. They do not have a passion in their life. They do not want to do something beyond those futile discussions. So, for a person who wants to ignore negativity, you just need to have a goal and the courage to move on. That's it. That's it. Trust me. That's very simple, but that's a fact. That's why I won't give you any complex answer. No. Okay. How to remove negative thoughts? We discussed this, and laziness, or the feeling of procrastination. Again, this word procrastination is to delay, is to postpone. That no, no, no. Not today. I will do it tomorrow. Why this happens? Again, because stagnation, comfort zone. The mind looks for immediate benefit. The mind looks for immediate benefit. Think about it. The mind looks at it, hey, let's play, let's enjoy, let's have fun. That is what mind looks at. That is the immediate pleasure, immediate pain, or immediate, fun. That's what it looks for. Let's have Maggie. Let's have junk food. Let's watch Netflix. Let's enjoy, enjoy, and enjoy. Nothing wrong with it. However, there's a limit to it, right? Whenever something which requires effort, which requires mind not to enjoy, or do some kind of work which you don't enjoy much, the mind says, I would do it later. I would do it later. So that is the basic reason that mind wants instant gratification. Instant, you have instant noodles, instant coffee, that is instant. Gratification, I'm satisfied now, right? I'm contented now that I had a burger, no matter what. I have burps, I have ulcers, I don't feel energetic. That's okay. But for that moment, that mayonnaise and that cheese, that feeling was like amazing. That is instant gratification. We're not thinking about what impact it would have on our body. Yes, think about life. Instant pleasures. It's fun. Let's bunk the class. It's fun. Let's not do work in the office. It's fun. Let's skip. Let's just gossip and just enjoy. It's fun. Immediately, it's fun. But look at the long run. If you continue doing this again and again and again and again, how would your body respond? Would it be as fit? No, it won't be. Would you be growing in your career? No, you won't be. I hope you got the answer. That why do we procrastinate? And you also now know that should you procrastinate or not? If you want to bloat your body or don't grow in your career, then yes, do procrastinate. Do not do things which are important in your life, and you would remain where you are. Choice is yours. Okay. Though we practice before I present, when I go on the stage, the self-confidence will be automatically get down. Any tips on that? Well. Why would the self confidence be low as you go on the stage? Ask this question first of all. That why it happens. Think. You go on the stage, and what is that talk? What are you saying to yourself? What are you saying to yourself? What we discussed in the session that, hey, what if I go wrong? Or what if I forget? What if? And you know the answer. You have to replace what if by so what? I'm here to become better. That's it. That's my purpose. My purpose is not to win the trophy or get some claps. No, my purpose is just to become better. That's it. That's it. I'm here to share a message. That's it. Okay, so now we have the answer. All right, next question. Sir, I'm reading English easily, but not understanding meaning. How to improve myself, sir? Thank you, sir. You are reading English. That's interesting. You're not understanding the meaning of it. Is it because you have, reading English is that you know the letters SIR is sir. I think that's how you pronounce it. Or am is am, READING is reading. And you not know the meaning of it. I'm sure that you know the meaning of the individual words, but as you bring the sentences together, then you might lose on the meaning, right? In this scenario, I would advise you to watch English movies. This might be a very old advice, but watch an English movie with subtitles. Because when you see what is happening, along with those subtitles, you can relate. You can relate. Or when you look at a poem from childhood with images, remember? A lion in a jungle, Alice in the Wonderland, a prince, white horse. So when you look at the image, it is a depiction of how the scenery looks like, how the picture looks like. And then you have text also, you can relate to it. Want to hear a session on storytelling? I guess we have a session on YouTube. Do check it out in my channel. How to maintain rhythm with audience during communication. What kind of rhythm are you talking about? I guess I lost some questions. Okay, this is done. Yes, absolutely, Daljit. Focus on self-improvement. Very important. Giving priority to self-improvement. How many of us invest in ourselves? Think about it. Ask yourself upfront that we do spend on eating, and I'm not against eating, but it's just that when we don't think before spending money on random shopping, random like parties, and why do we think about investing in ourselves? I mean, I invest in training. I invest in like reading books, reading articles, or undergoing training by some of the best trainers. I do that. That's how I become better. That's a simple way. I can spend years and years and years and years. That's one way. By missing on a lot of opportunities, that's another way. And then I may or may not get the right path. But when I get a mentor, I get a coach, a trainer, he tells me, okay, this is how you have to do it. So my path, my time is reduced. Else you can go and try out. No worries. That's improvement. That's self-improvement. Do that. Okay. I read books, but I forget everything next day. That's completely okay. You need not memorize the words, the sentences. Your focus is just to take the essence that, okay, what this book is all about. What is it that it wants to convey? That's it. You just have to get the message, the essence. Okay, the last question for this evening. Who should we pick up? Okay, Nidish. How to handle double-faced people who talk positive with you, but his score was actually negative for you. Again, Nidish, I mean, it's simple. It's simple. As I said that people who are negative, how do you handle them? Or why would you even think about them? That's my question. That is his karma. I have a lot of people around me, lot of people, right, whom I sometimes meet when I work with some in some organizations who are very negative, and they'll have that like two face. On the face of it, they're like, "Oh, hi, how are you? We think so positive about you." But the moment I'm gone, I get to know that okay, this is how the person thinks. So either I just dwell and think and overthink and think, that will not lead to anything. That would not lead to anything, right? Rather, I just pray that God bless him and I move ahead. Yes, that's what I do. It was tough. It was tough. Like used to feel angry that why this person behaves in this manner. And I realized that by getting angry, I was burning my energy. Not worth it for a person who is having two faces. Rather, I just pray, God bless him. May he get well soon. Simple. It is tough, but it is worth doing. Just forgive people. Forgive. You don't even know that how much insecure he is. You do not even know that how much jealous he is, how much difficulty he is facing when he looks at you. He sees your growth, he feels so jealous. Right? Okay, on request, one more question. Karan, I get nervous and sometimes stumble while speaking in front of everyone. Any solution, please? Karan, in this case, how much clarity you have around what you want to say? Be clear. Ask yourself, what are those three things that I want to share with my audience? That's it. That's it. That what do I want them to understand? What do I want them to understand? That's it, right? The words, the right sentence, that'll come with time. That's okay. Just focus on conveying the message across the table. That's it. That is your main focus. Main focus. Super, folks. How did you like this session? I would love to know. I would love to know how did you like this session? And also, once you end this video, you must drop in your comments on all the live session which you have attended and share your feedback. You come over, you do spend time with me, but I would love to see your comments on all those videos. So go on the YouTube channel, you know the channel, right? Go there, check out the video which you have watched, and then drop in your comments. I would love to read them. That makes my day. That keeps me motivated that yes, people are learning, people are growing. If I don't get a response, I'm like, hey, are people learning or not? Are they becoming better or not? Should I improve or not? That's a question for me. Yes, it is better. All right. Superb, superb, superb. That's awesome and that's productive. Perfect, folks. I would really appreciate if you be regular. And I would see you live in the next session. Until then, you have to stay awesome and stay productive. Yes, understand yourself and be clear with what you want, Mr. Anand. Very, very important. Yes. Cheers, folks. Have a great time ahead. Bye-bye.